Hey man, I'm really excited for our upcoming road trip to San Diego.
I know, but no one's been planning anything.
It's so hard to plan road trips nowadays.
I wish there was an easier way to do this.
There is. It's called PassengerPilot.
What's that?
Well, PassengerPilot is an all-in-one road tripping planning application. Users will just enter their destination as well as their user preferences, and the app will do the rest for them. It'll take account their vehicle information and those preferences that they've set. Users will also be able to track their budget as well as scan their receipts in order to keep track of their expenses. All of this is designed to be done collaboratively with their friends and family. PassengerPilot was developed by a passionate team of 5 developers: myself, Emil Isa, Alicia So, James Donaldson, Luis Alvarado Labarca, and Ashley Lujan.
Users need to log in or sign up to use our app. I'm already signed in and on our homepage. On our homepage, users can see all of their trips, create a trip, or access their settings. In the settings, users can change their profile photo, manage their driving preferences, which affect how your custom trip is made, and also manage their vehicles. You can change which vehicle is your default vehicle to use on a trip, you can delete a vehicle, or you can add a vehicle. To create a trip, PassengerPilot will ask a few basic questions about your trip, such as the trip name, the dates of your trip, and your trip preferences. These trip preferences will affect which hotel and gas stops the user will stop at and their arrival and departure times for each stop. Then, users need to specify the vehicle they're taking, the default vehicle is used, how often they want to get gas, and how much they plan to spend on their trip. Now the fun part. Tell PassengerPilot where you want to go. Choose your starting and ending destination and other destinations in between. Don't worry about having to choose which gas stations you need to go to or which hotel stops, since PassengerPilot will choose them for you based off of your trip preferences. Let's create that trip our friends were talking about earlier to San Diego. After you choose your stops, you can see here that PassengerPilot has chosen your gas and hotel stops along with when you should arrive and leave. If you're unhappy with the selections, you can look at the alternatives the application provides. Once you're happy, create your trip, and now you're ready to go. On the trip overview page, you can see details about your trip, including the trip route and stops, the people who are on your trip, and your group and individual budget. You can also view the itinerary. If you want to share your trip with others, go back to the trip overview page and click on the share button to create an invite to give to your friends and family. I'll share my trip with my friends from earlier. Now my friends are on the trip. You can go to our convoy page where you can keep track of all the vehicles on the trip and also who is in the trip. And you can do this whether you're going on the trip alone or with other people. You can add a new vehicle to your trip and move anyone over if there are people in your current vehicle. In the vehicle that you're in, you can set who the driver is and leave the vehicle. You can also join a vehicle afterwards. You can also keep track of everyone's locations and all the vehicle locations as well on the trip if they're sharing their location. Here you can see our budget page, where you can see your individual and trip group budget along with all the expenses that were spent on the trip. To keep track of all your spendings, you can add an expense manually or scan a receipt. To add it manually, give your expense a name, choose who paid for it, when it was paid, and a category. You can add individual items to each expense, and for each item, you can give it a name, specify how much and how many were bought, whether it was a group spending, and how you split the payment for the item. If you want to add a receipt, you can scan the receipt and have PassengerPilot automatically create the expense for you. After you scan it, you can go back in and review the receipt to make sure that everything looks correct. PassengerPilot also has Venmo integrated. You can request a Venmo payment from people to pay you back for anything that you've spent for them. Or you can send a Venmo payment to people who spent things for you. You can also mark whether or not a person has paid you back for an expense. You can also share any photos that you've taken on your trip with your friends here in the gallery.
PassengerPilot uses a modern tech stack to provide users with the best experience and uphold industry standards. On the front end, we use React Native with Expo Go to provide users with an intuitive and responsive cross-platform user interface. On the back end, we built an internal API using Express.js, a robust and scalable framework with long-term support. Our backend connects to many external APIs, including Google Maps platform for location information, Car API for vehicle data, and Google Gemini to support the receipt scanning feature. PassengerPilot also uses many cloud-based microservices to deliver the application to the user. The backend is delivered serverlessly with AWS Lambda. Our MySQL database is supported by AWS Relational Database Service, providing an automatic and secure environment. Our Expo front end is hosted with AWS Amplify for web compatibility, and deployment of this application is fully automated with our continuous integration and deployment pipeline supported by GitLab runners.
Developing PassengerPilot over the last 2 semesters was a tremendous journey as seeing where we could go. We strived to create a solution to road tripping that would ease the headache of planning trips while also being easy to use, and we're proud to have achieved that original goal. Now, PassengerPilot will be here as your trusted co-pilot, riding alongside for your many next adventures. Safe travels, and remember, your next great story starts with PassengerPilot.